Hello, and so this is Sentinels of the Multiverse, which is started out as a tabletop game and has moved up. They did a digital version of it. It is a card game, a cooperative card game where you play superheroes fighting a supervillain. It's for 3 to 5 players, but on the digital version, and I guess on the physical one too, you can do it solo and just play 3 to 5 heroes. I have continue game there, but we're not going to do that. I am going to do just a simple one. I'm going to do the easiest basic villain, Baron Blade. I am going to... That is difficulty 1. That is difficulty 2 because it does a lot of nasty things. That is difficulty 3. That is difficulty 2. I am going to go ahead and do Isla Primalis, so we're going to fight amongst dinosaurs. Okay. We have Baron Blade, so I am going to take Legacy, and as I like playing that better, I'm going to play the daughter. Let's see. And Fanatic, I like Fanatic. I like Wraith. Who else can I get that is rather interesting? I like Parse. Yes, I do like playing female characters. I like Night Mist. Night Mist is hard to get started, but I like Night Mist. Okay, so I got a little bit of tanky. I got a little bit of tanky with these two. A little bit of jack of all trades here with Wraith. She can do reasonably well on a lot of different things. Parse is support, and Night Mist is kind of support too. So we're going to try to do this fast. I'm not going to try to explain what's going on. Last time I tried to do a short game and it did. Oh, I like that. Yet another blasted legacy. Will there be no end to your terrible line? You couldn't defeat my father, and you'll find me just as tough. Basically what it is the legacy is a line of heroes. Every generation gets more powerful. They get a new power added to the mix. When she was born, she got laser eyes. I think her father got flight, but because her grandfather did not. Their grandfather did not have. The first one's It's hard because the 3 variants they have are different ages. There's the Superman, then there's his daughter, and then there's the father's grandfather from World War II, I believe. And she comes in after her father dies to be the legacy. Forget who killed her father. Anyway, we start the game. Every villain has this setup here. Baron Blade enters play, Terra Lunar, Impulsion Beam, and Venterside up. One mobile defense platform is put into play. The villain deck is shuffled. At the start of the villain turn, if there are 15 or more cards in the villain trash, Baron Blade's Terra Lunar Implosion Beam activates, pulling the moon into the earth. Game over. When Baron Blade would be destroyed, his villain card flips to the vengeful mad scientist side instead. When flipped to this side, Baron Blade's maximum hit point is 30, so he actually has 42 70 hit points. He's restored to 30 hit points. The villain trash is placed on top of the villain deck, which means it ends the Terra Lunar thing. All 3 copies of mobile defense platform are moved to the villain trash. The villain deck is shuffled, which means he comes out of his platform. At the end of the villain turn, Baron Blade deals the hero target with the highest hit points 5 energy damage. If we really wanted to, the mobile defense platform is one of the environments you can play in. That would have been interesting, actually. Actually, let's do that. New game. Baron Blade. And this is going to be possibly a mistake, because this could be playing to hit a mobile defense platform. So we'll have a mobile defense platform on the mobile defense platform. I have the same set of heroes. As a side note, for whatever reason, I kind of ship Wraith and Fanatic. And Parse. Okay. From the flavor text, Parse, Knife, and Skyscraper do a lot of working together. Okay. Now, Legacy and Baron Blade are nemesis. So they get special dialogue when they talk. If I had put Fnatic in front, then we would have had Baron Blade's generic dialogue and Fnatic's generic dialogue, which are kind of cool, but still. Okay. I'm playing with the basic versions of all of them. I actually prefer Parse's Fugue State's power, but I don't like her costume in Fugue State. Here we go. So we can't get this, let this get to 15 before, oh, Hasten Doom deals each target 2 targets, 2 damage. Choose for me, because order does not matter. And yes, Nemesis do extra damage. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. That's the kind of damage. Toxic. What the hell? Each player discards 1 card. Baron Blade deals each... Oh, you... Not from the top... Oh... Well, we're going to do that. And what is this? Okay. Zealous Offense is the one, I think. Wraith. Double stun bolts. I mean, I can have 2 in play, but... Oh... Okay... Elder Ring might not be good to play right now. It increases damage dealt by Night Mist, but that includes damage dealt to herself and friends. Gads. Okay. That's probably... yeah. Discard what... Ooh. I'm going to reveal the flaws, I think. Let me look at mobile defense platform. Immune to damage, so it's not a matter of reduced damage, so yeah. Choose for me. So remember when I said 15 when you get to 15 cards that this is, yeah. Right. Okay. There we go. You got a really, really lucky draw there, Baron. We have to get rid of this first. Oh, good. Tinking. That doesn't help. That will help some. Raffle Retribution. That will be very useful if we can get down low hit points. Okay, good. It's already gone. Oh, Aegis Resurrection. That would be even much better. Okay. Stun Bolt. Okay. Stun Bolt does projectile damage and causes damage to reduce by 1 until her next turn. Stun Bolt's interesting. Ooh, combat stance. Stun Bolt's interesting in that it doesn't have to do damage for the reduced damage to happen. Usually when you have cards like this, it'll say, targets dealt damage this way are affected such and such. This one just says the target has reduced damage. It does not have to actually reduce the damage. Deals yourself 2, switch, no, that doesn't really help. Hero's trash into that hero's deck. Regain 1 hit point for each 2 cards shuffled into that hero's deck by this card. Immediately end your turn. Okay, so I can recover some hit points, but that doesn't really help me much. Draw an additional card during your... You cannot play cards or use powers. Draw an additional card during your draw phase. Okay, yeah. I'm going to do that. She's in mist form right now. Oh, good. Okay, I could do the impossible shot. I am going to instead do that. And then I'm going to shoot you. We really... Oh, you have 10 there now. Hello, battalion mechanic. You don't really do anything. You repair things. Oh dear. Where do I want to look on the bottom of? Okay. Let's look at Legacy. Let's look at Legacy. Oh, she already has one in hand. Makes her immune to environment cards, but already has one in hand, so bottom of the deck. Oh, it does damage to all of us, doesn't it? Oh, you're immune. You got misform, that's why. Okay. I am going to do some of the tankiness. There we go. Surge of Strength. Awesome. Okay. I am going to play this. And I am focusing fire on Baron Blade. Yes, I do like the fact that Inspiring Presence does increases damage. Increased damage increases to all instances of damage, not just one per turn or one per power use. So that makes the reason that that has its downsides. Fanatic's base power does 1 damage of 2 different types, which if something reduces damage by 1 means she does 0 damage. But if we have something like Inspiring Presence that increases damage by 1, then she does 4 damage instead of 3. So yeah, kind of has its upsides and downsides. I probably should have hit somebody else. Ooh, Trust Fund. Okay, do I want to destroy Mist Form? Let me look at what I have in hand. Card of your deck. Night Mist deals yourself and one other target that card's... Okay. Yes. I'm going to destroy that. I'm going to play Heedless Map. Okay. Okay. I'm going to deal myself 4 damage. And then deal you 4 damage. And the way... Okay. And see, this number in 3 would determine the base damage. I'm going to put it in play. Okay. And deal myself 4 damage. And deal you 4 damage. And put it in play. And I could deal damage myself to draw 2 cards, and I think I will. Oh, right. I do increase damage to myself, too. That was useful. That was useful. They're the same card. Deals yourself damage, destroy up to that card's ongoing environment cards. Put the... Yep, okay. And Amulet of the Elder Gods. First... That time Nate Mist would deal damage, you may discard 2 cards, redirect it. I don't want to spin that. I don't want to spin the Mistborn. This one is a pretty high amount of healing, so I don't really want to spend it. It has 4 though, but I think I'm going to get rid of... Yeah, I'm going to get rid of the Mist of Time for now. It's nice, but I kind of want the extra hit points right now. Okay. Draw a card from the top of the villain deck. Discard. You may discard it instead and destroy this card. Yeah, I could do that, but right now it's top 3 cards of the villain deck. Discard one of them, put the other 2 on top of the deck in any order. I shuffle. Yeah, well, unfortunately, discarding right now is not very useful. Oh, reveal the flaws. Parse is a lot of card draw and a lot of deck manipulation. Ooh, targeting arrow. Shield generator. Damage dealt to environment. So far, the environment isn't damaging enough, so I'm not really worried. Ugh. Whenever he would be dealt... Okay. See this? Whenever a villain card enters play, you may reveal the bottom card of a deck. Let us see. I could look at Fanatic. I could look at myself, too. Ah. Top of the deck. Choose for me. Yay! That was combat stance. Yes, she got shot by the power turret, and it caused her to karate it. Okay. You are now immune to environment, and you are going to zap Baron Blade. Because we want to end this issue with the moon destruction thing. Limited means you can only have 1 in play at a time. If I use Wrathful Retribution, you do 10 damage. Because the way Wrathful Retribution works, deals 1 target X radiant damage, where X is Fanatic's maximum hit points minus her current hit points. Nope, I didn't want to actually play it. Okay. I wanted to look at this first. Fire, cold, or lightning damage, redirect that. Okay, so if I don't want to do fire or anything like that. Use an additional power this turn. I am already at low hit points. Use additional power during their power phase. You know what? Who could I put this next to? I could put it next to myself, but it wouldn't really do much use. I don't want to do this because I can get rid of him. So I think I am going... No. Let's do... Night Mist? No, Night Mist is really low. I'll put it next to myself. I need to wear down my hit points anyway. Okay. And you are now up there. Your decks are only 25 cards big. Okay. Undaunted! Yay! More tanky. Yes, I will take 2 damage. Ooh, 3 damage. Eek. Okay. Now, Baron Blade's going to start doing damage to us. 5 damage to the person with the highest. That's going to be Fanatic. So, I am going to actually put smoke bombs into play. Smoke bombs. Whenever a villain card would deal damage, villain card directly, not environment card. That's important. Damage to the hero target with the lowest hit point. Redirect that damage to the hero target with the highest hit points. Reduce damage redirected this way by 1. Also note, it doesn't redirect hero damage. And do that. Okay, infrared eyepiece. Cool. I can start deck twisting. Okay. And I could draw 2 cards. I'm going to go ahead and do so. I could do that. Yes. Sure. Let's redirect the cost of my black magic at you. Fall forth. Mistbound. And Enlightenment. And I can discard. I don't want to do this one because that one's really nice. I am going to discard this one. So now I get up to 4. Okay. Okay. I'm going to do this. I am also going to do this. Extrasensory awareness. Oh, lovely. Now here's the thing. I can just discard this, and then put these 2 on top of the deck, and then, yes, I want him to shuffle. Now I don't know what's coming, but okay. Oh, the turbo lift. Battalion Gunner. Birth. First time a target enters play each turn, play the top card of the environment deck. Oh joy. First, they're coming! Battalion soldiers ducked behind boxes as Freedom 5 stepped out of the turbo lift. The heroes just sighed and shook their heads. This is going to be painful in a moment here. Okay. We're about to play the top of the environment deck. Confirm. Another mechanic. That's not terrible. Who do I want? Top or bottom? Night Mist? That's 2. Yes, top of deck. That's actually fairly useful. Select the first target to be dealt damage. Choose for me. Yes, please. Who is considered to be a Wraith. Wraith will do it. Because this. Yes. Not Enlightenment. This one. Okay, and I already have most of the relics I need, so not that one. So that one. Redirect damage to Baron Blade. Your own turret's shooting you. Okay. Now, okay. Thok. Draw a card. I'm kind of rushing Baron Blade down. He's a simple. He's really, really simple. He's why he's one of the easier ones. There are cards that are like one is the Dreamer who only has 6 hit points, but if she goes to 0, you lose because the entire point of the Dreamer is she's causing problems accidentally, and you're trying to save her as much as protect people from her. If you're fighting the Dreamer, do not bring AoE. Bring lots of single target. Okay. Guess what? Wrathful Retribution. And I have to discard 3 cards. By Undaunted. Undaunted's a nice tank power. First, select a target to be dealt damage. You. I actually got Night Mist fairly well set up there because she had both her redirect power and her redirect relic and her what do you call it? Her healing relic, so that she could start redirecting the damage she took at other people and discarding cards. There's a lot of deliberate discard going on in this game. Discarding powers a lot of things. But when you get to the bottom of a deck, your deck comes back in. You don't die from running out of cards. So yeah, there's a lot of trying to manage where your cards are, whether they're in the trash or in the deck. And some cards are powered by what's in the trash. So yeah. Okay, that was it. I am going to go ahead and go back to the menu. Go to the menu. You have this here. It has their backgrounds and all the different characters. You can even look at their... Oh, he's a former janitor. You can even look at their backstories. The different variants they have. That's Absolute Zero. Absolute Zero is actually a fairly complex card. I mean, character. His base thing is thermodynamics, where he deals himself 1 cold damage or 1 fire damage, which sounds bad until you include... When he would take cold damage, he regains that many hit points instead. When he is dealt fire damage, deals 1 target that much cold damage, and all the rest of this stuff manipulates other things. So he's fairly complex. I didn't really like playing him. It took me a while to figure out how to play him. My younger brother really liked him and thinks he's really, really powerful, and I have indeed seen him steamroll through some things. This is the Argent Adept, very much support. He has some damage things, but really powerful support. I mean, some of his variants are a little bit... One of his variants, this one, is a damage-dealing variant. In fact, if he damages a hero this way, that hero can play a card and use a power instantly. So he's got some fairly strong ongoing and... Where is it? Ongoing and environment destruction. Perform. All he needs is to do a perform. For that, his base is he needs his own. But if he's one of his variants, he's going to need one of his instruments. Saraband is a melody, so he would need a melody perform. There it is. The Drake's Pipes. Yep, or the drum. Yeah. Okay. Bunker is... well, he has a couple different modes. He's kind of vacillates between tanking and damage dealing. And he can pause the environment deck a little bit. Not all weapons do massive damage. Okay. Oh, also, you didn't see this, but when your hero is defeated, you can still do things. You have 3 choices per round that you get to do. make another player play a card, another player use a power till starting next turn, reduce all damage dealt by 1. It's different for every hero, and that way if you're playing a 3-player game where somebody's hero is knocked out, they still get to do stuff when their turn comes up. Okay. His thing is he plays these constructs. They have hit points, which means they can be destroyed. But some people think that's a little bit underwhelming. But I've seen this deck in action. It is pretty powerful when you get it working. This I haven't done much. He has these bounties, and some of his cards do more damage the more bounties he has in play, and a lot of his cards based off of his bounties. And every time something that is attached to a bounty is defeated, when that target is destroyed, put it on the bottom of its deck instead, then destroy this card. So it pretty much triggers things based off of when he's a time traveling cowboy too. So Expatriate I like. She is the daughter of Citizen Dawn, who's one of the villains. She was born without superpowers, so she was exiled. She is gun, and some gun. And she also has some ongoing environment removal that is also gun. She also has this, which whenever a non-hero enters play, she can shoot it. She's wonderful. Fanatic I like. She's the Brazilian angel woman. Note she does not call herself Fanatic. That's what everybody else calls her. She's got a bit of tanky, a bit of control, a lot of damage, and a little bit of ongoing and environment destruction. Guys is if Deadpool were a shapeshifter, basically. He's not so. It's ridiculous. He's really ridiculous. I mean, like one of his cards, super ultra kawaii, and also he will on the digital version he will talk to you. Haka is their equivalent of the tank. He is damage dealing and tanking. Very useful, and one of the things I really love about playing with Haka is Savage Mana, where when you destroy a target, instead of them going to a discard, it goes under this. You can put it under this, so that you can take a minion or a troublesome item out of play entirely, so that it can't come back because it's not in the enemy's trash. And then you can later, at some point when you have enough, you can do extra damage by dealing toxic based off the number of cards underneath here by letting them out. Knife is damage, chaining into damage, chaining into more damage, chaining into damage. Scottish Ball of Destruction. This is Legacy. He is basically Superman. The version here is he increases other heroes' damage. He increases hero damage. He does a lot of buffing and tanking mostly, but he has a fairly strong amount of damage dealing, as you saw. His daughter's much more heavily damage dealing than he is, because her base power is damage dealing. This is Mr. Fixer. He does martial arts with mechanical objects like crowbars, grease gun. I like him. He has a lot of control. He's mostly damage dealing, but he has quite a bit of control. He's got some able to dig into the trash too. He's a shape changer. I don't know much about him. He has 3 forms: the rhinoceros, the gazelle, and the crocodile. So he switches a little bit. His cards do different effects based off what form you're in. And his base form is you search your deck and look for a form. You saw Night Mist. Master of Magic is the really good one, because then whenever you play a spell, you gain hit points. These numbers here are important because they determine how much damage you deal or how much damage you heal. She's got a lot of control. She does a lot of revealing her cards. Yep, and oh, I had 2 other relics. I didn't I didn't think about that, but yeah, I did not have her as heavily set up as I could have. I could have had Master of Magic if the game had lasted longer. Her variant here is kind of interesting, but it's reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, then put them back on the top of your deck in any order. That's really useful, like when you're dealing with Oblivion. Deals each target one of the revealed cards infernal damage, then deals each non-hero target the other revealed damage, and you can use that to this one's power to set up her top deck so you know what's coming, so that all of her reveal a card things can chain into more reveal a card things and stuff like that. Omnitron X has a lot of equipment that comes out that does stuff at the beginning of the turn, like heals people at the beginning of the turn, hurts people at the beginning of the turn. He's another version of this one's another version of a villain. He's a heroic version of a villain. You saw Parse. Parse is amazing. Parse gets a lot of power. It's powered a lot by discards and has a pretty good environment destruction. And like this one is a power. Discard a card. If you do, you may destroy an ongoing or environment card. You also have this. Whenever you discard a card from hand, select a hero target. Increase the next damage by that target by 1. Notice it is not limited, which means you can have all 3 of those in play, which means if you discard a card and you have all 3 of those in play, you can give 3 hero targets or the same hero target plus 1 damage on the next thing. And yes, you can do that to the same hero target 3 times. I have, through having 2 critical multipliers in play and discarding 4 times, given 1 hero plus 8 damage on their next attack. It was glorious. Ra is a lot of fire. He has damage. He's also able to cause everybody in the team to do fire damage, which can be problematic at times. And if so, you can also make everybody immune to fire, which is useful when you have things that do damage to yourself. But yeah, he's basically their version of Thor. The Scholar is a lot of card searching. You have this where you have these 3 things. These are you have to discard to keep these in play. When he gets healed, he increases the heal by 1. Where's the other one? Okay. Whenever you get healed, deal 1 target that much energy damage. So he turns healing into damage. He still gets healed, but he also damages someone. His base power is healing himself. He's got some tanky abilities, got some card draw. He's got some ways to card draw other people. He's pretty powerful. This is actually 4 different heroes. You notice they have low hit points. You can use, I think it's if you can use 1 power, but a lot of these are combo powers that lead into multiple uses. This is fairly. I haven't actually played it. I haven't played this one yet either. He's Setback. Generates unlucky tokens and spins them to cause effects to happen. It's kind of odd. Skyscraper is fun. She has 3 hero cards because she's a size changer. She has tiny, normal, and huge. She is basically Starfire with Ant-Man's power set. She is the same race as one of the major villains, the Warlord Voss. She also has these things, which are little, what do you call it? These are little, these links are little, here's one. Devices that you put on enemies that cause different effects to happen. And then she can cause them all to go boom to deal damage to multiple targets. She's got some nice tanking ability with the Thorathian Monolith, which reduces damage to her and redirects all damage done to heroes to her. So yeah, she's fun. Tachyon is card searching. She is card draw, basically. She searches her deck, high and low. She also has burst cards that power these. So when you have a number of burst cards in your trash, it determines how much damage this one does, or how many targets this one hits. And on the Blitz version, okay, this is reveal the bottom 2 cards. If they share a keyword, put them into play. Everybody draws a card. Take a burst card from your trash and put it back into your deck, and you get to use this power again, which means as long as you have burst cards in your deck, you get to keep on doing burst damage. It is amazing. I saw that in play last night. Tempest is mostly damage dealing. He has a little bit of tankiness, but he's mostly AoE. He's got some other things here and there, like this is protection. And he has a healing ability. Draw 3 cards, and it is, yes, talk to fish. Here it is. This is a healing ability. Each hero target gains 2 hit points, which actually is quite a lot of hit points in this game. Quite a lot of healing in this game. She is hard to play. She plays out these golems. She can't just play the golems. She has to repurpose equipment, like a construction pylon, or destroy somebody. It says destroy an equipment card. That does not have to be her equipment, so she could destroy a friend's equipment card. And her bots do certain things. Different things what they do. She's fun to play, but she's difficult. Visionary is deck manipulation. She can manipulate the opponent's deck, she can manipulate her own deck, she can give people, I think she can give people card draw. She has this that does damage at the beginning of every turn. She has mass levitation, so the environment does less damage. This is amazing, especially with Absolute Zero, because she can change the type of a damage and increase it or decrease it by 1. So when you put it on somebody, every time they deal damage, she can change the type. It's like, Legacy, what are you immune to? I'm immune to Psychic. Okay, it's Psychic damage now, you take no damage. And if she can't change the damage, she can reduce it by 1. If she puts this on a player, she can cause them to deal increased damage. She has some interesting variants too. Wraith is Batman. She does a little bit of everything. I don't think this ever got into play in our game. This is a wonderful deck, a wonderful thing. You draw a card, you search for an equipment, put it into play or your hand as your choice, and play a card. It's really nice. She also has the targeting computer and the utility belt. Oh, we're now into villains. I'm going to stop there because, anyway, like I said, this was mostly so that I could process this and show it to the LRR people, which I'll probably go mass tweet them now. Wahahaha. Sorry. Because I'd like to see them play. I really enjoy their Friday nights thing and their humor in that, and I like the AFK stuff. I don't watch the video game stuff as much, but I like the short bits, and I like the Hero Quest and other things. I really like the idea of seeing them play this. And again, Wraith Fanatic forever. Yep, okay. I don't know why I raised my arms there. I don't have a camera. Talk to you later.